Another day, another NBA Primetime drop that nobody cares about, but at least today I'm going to be telling you guys how to make MT off these snipe filters. Alright, so the first filter here is, obviously I gotta mention it, but it's not too great, but it's still a solid filter. But if like these other budget filters aren't working, this is kind of the one I'd go to. 3,000 NBA Primetime. Buy any cards except for the rubies. You can bring the buyout down a little bit, but I feel like that's just kind of where the threshold is, where somebody might post like an amethyst snipe, but maybe not. I like having it this way, and having a scroll isn't too big a deal because I don't think it's gonna be too competitive. Also on this filter, I think Tyler Hero that's dropping today is going to be a pretty solid snipe, maybe around like 5k MT. So getting him on this filter might be pretty good too, but be very careful because he might not end up being a snipe, and I could be wrong. But if he is, try to get Tyler Hero on this filter. So next thing I kind of want to tell you guys is, out of this content drop, it's pretty bad. So I would mainly recommend budget sniping. I mean, I'm probably going to big card snipe. I mean, like large pink diamond card snipe. But I would really recommend you guys to budget snipe if you're really trying to maximize the most amount of MT. Leading into that, though, another budget filter is Amethyst, and as we scroll over, I think Amethyst is around 3,000, somewhere around there. Yeah, about 3,000. Sit on this, buy any single card that pops up other than probably like Jawan Howard. This Jawan Howard actually might be a snipe. Probably not, though. I'm going to hold off on buying him, but yeah, sitting on this filter right here, it's going to be great. You can see the new DeAndre Ayton, I think, and he's obviously going to have a good amount of value since not many people rip the Tuesday packs. So yeah, try to get him as a snipe, try to get any other Amethyst as a snipe, and go crazy on this filter. So next filter I want to talk about here is Gold NBA Series. This filter's really died off, and it's not really too great anymore, but you can still kind of manage it a little bit, sit around 1,600, and buy anything for around like 1,300. The reason why I personally set my buyouts a little bit higher than the actual minimum price is so I can see if cards actually are like going down in value. And so getting a little bit more expensive here is the diamond filter. The diamond filter's really great filter. I haven't used it too much. I did get one snipe on it. It wasn't anything too crazy. It was like an Alonzo morning. I think this filter will be pretty good today, depending on how much the new diamond card is really going for. But yeah, I mean, diamond filter's pretty solid, but if you're really gonna like go for big profit, I just recommend trying to find a pink diamond filter instead of this. But this filter can work for you pretty well as well. So another filter that I kind of forgot to talk about here, but it's pretty similar in price compared to that diamond filter, is if we go to NBA Primetime, which is obviously the promo drop dropping today, and you go to Amethyst, I think this will be a very solid filter as well. Alex English is kind of around that same Jawan Howard price though, so the buyout probably goes up to around 5,000 compared to the 3,000 on the Amethyst. So like of that DeAndre Ayton card, I'm pretty sure it is. If he's like 10k or 12k, this will probably be a better filter because you'll see more DeAndre Ayton snipes than if you're on a 3,000 buyout. But if DeAndre Ayton really isn't that much of a snipe, I just recommend still sitting on that 3,000. I just want to mention this filter just in case he is like a really good snipe like Jimmy Butler used to be or De'Aaron Fox used to be. So next, I kind of want to cover like all the pink diamond filters and which ones are really the best, and maybe you can decide which one you want to use yourself. The first one I still want to kind of talk about is Alter Ego. Obviously this isn't the new promo drop, but if you can't afford enabled, it's not that bad of an option. Because looking at all these cards, there are still a decent amount of them being posted, and they are high profit cards. Like if you get a mass KD, you're making like 500 to 600k MT off of that one snipe. As well as today, the new pink diamond releasing is Jamal Mashburn. So yeah, I think you guys know what I'm saying when you don't. I don't really think that Jamal Mashburn card is gonna be a snipe, but maybe he will be. So I don't want to completely eliminate that, and that's what we're gonna get to in these next few filters. So the next filter here for pink diamonds that I kind of want to talk about is kind of gonna be if Jamal Mashburn seems to be an actual snipe, which I think he could be due to the fact that not many people are gonna really rip these packs, being there's gonna be less on the market, which also means that the few people that do want this card will have to pay more since there aren't as many on the market, if that makes sense. So we're going to go power forward pink diamond. This filter is actually pretty solid because as well as Mashburn, you see Dolph. I call him Dolphin. There are a lot of Dolphs that get posted because he's still in those alter ego packs, and he's more common than KD. You can also see like Chris Webber and Anthony Davis on this filter. Those guys are going to be much more rare, but if you want to risk it and maybe sometimes take a Zion even, you can do that. Other than that, though, there aren't really any buyouts, assuming there's no Zions up here. But yeah, the beauty about this is you could see a Zion for 50K and flip him around. Zion's still a little bit of a snipe, but usually not. I wouldn't recommend taking him, but yeah, you can see any obviously power forward snipes, and you don't have to worry about buying an enabled filter for it, which is kind of a beauty. So here, another pink diamond filter that I could recommend you guys is minimum bid 100K and minimum buyout pink diamond. Now the beauty about this filter is you can see every single pink diamond for a snipe. The only issue about this filter though is you can only see them within 100. If we go and look here, we take the, not the buyout, we take the bid away, we're going to see a lot more cards on the filter, which is going to leave a lot longer scroll. You can obviously see basically KDs, Dolphs, so you can see all the 100K snipes on that filter. It's just, obviously, you can only see a fewer amounts of them. And obviously, one of the snipe filters that I have to talk about here is pink diamond enabled. I currently own it. I know a lot of people still do. You could see literally every single pink diamond for a snipe, going back to Curry's, to AD's, to Paul Pierce's even. I mean, you can't beat it. It's probably one of the best big card. It is the best big card filter. But there's one more that I kind of want to talk about, but I'm assuming not many people are gonna have the funds to be able to use it, and even I don't. So, I mean, this filter's alright. You guys can go ahead and try it out. I mean, not the pink diamond filter, the filter that I'm gonna be talking about, but this pink diamond filter is pretty solid. It takes a while to get snipes though, just because pink diamond snipes are rare, and this new Tuesday content drop isn't gonna make it any better. So, I mean, you could take it with a grain of salt. This pink diamond filter is pretty solid, though. The next filter that I want to talk about here is kind of interesting, but I really wouldn't recommend using it. It's basically just 100K everything, like the entire auction house. Now, to use this, you literally would have to buy every single one of these gold cards up to the 4-hour mark. So that's why I really wouldn't recommend it for the average person. But if you have a lot of these cards in your auction house, I mean, in your collection already, all you'd really have to buy is maybe like Alex English, and then I would make sure to have a card pass the 24-hour mark, but there really aren't many snipes that are non-pink diamonds that are going for over 100K. Obviously, if you see like a juiced Isaiah Thomas or a juiced Grant Hill, I mean, all those guys could end up selling for some profit, maybe like a holographic LeBron. But the reason why I don't recommend this filter is, number one, you have to have it at 100K, as well as like it's gonna cost a lot. So if you're gonna use one of these bigger like type filters, I would recommend just going pink diamond. That's just my take on it. If this video at all helped you making MT, I'd really appreciate if you guys could subscribe. That's really what we do on my channel here. See y'all later. Peace out.